Is Bryce Harper versus Mike Trout back on again now?
It is. Nevertheless, I don't want to be a victim of now, because it's very easy to say right now Bryce Harper is great. Mike Trout is in a bit of a slump, but still having a very good year. Let's remember Mike Trout's first 3 seasons are historic for what he's done. 2 second-place MVP finishes and a victory, right? Besides all the other stuff. And it seems like he gets a little better at stuff every year, 22, 23. That being said, the explosive possibilities of Harper, I mean, you really begin to think he can be a 50, could he be a 60-homer guy because of the explosiveness. I'll tell you one thing a scout told me earlier in the year as he started to get together. He said, this is the most that Harper has looked like an amateur or a low minor leaguer yet. Healthy, he's played every game this year, 39 games, plus calmly spitting on pitches off the plate and accepting his walks and not missing his pitch when he does get his pitch.
Yeah, here's my thing with that. It's the part where you go, that said, right? That said, I didn't expect this year he would be, at any point, the #1 hitter in baseball. That's not just, hey, he's established himself as a power hitter. No, as of right now, the #1 hitter. I didn't think that would happen age 22, Bill, at this point.
I think with Bryce Harper, it's all about health. He's never had a full season, and that's the difference between Mike Trout and Bryce Harper. That's the whole difference. Trout has had 3 full, complete, dominant seasons. Right. Harper has had 0, and all because of health. And if you asked me that question, I would, at the beginning of the season, I would have said, well, is he going to be healthy? Because if he is going to be healthy, and he's played every game this year, I'd say yes, he is very capable of having that kind of a season.
Look, there's a lot of fluctuations here because he was, Dan, at one point, like the best teenage hitter in the history of the game. So the promise was there. But I had kind of, up until 2 weeks ago, I'd kind of given up on Trout versus Harper. Like, that's not happening. I don't know about that now. I think it might be happening.
I think talent-wise, I think they're very, very similar players. And again, Bryce Harper's 22 years old. I mean, Mike Trout's only 24 years old, but he's only 22 years old. He has the same skill set, eye-hand coordination, explosiveness. I think he's finally slowing the game down. But the difference for me, Mike Trout has handled success phenomenally well. Every year, he never seems to get out of who he is as a person and a player. So I'm going to be curious if this trend continues for Bryce Harper. Will he handle the success as well as Mike Trout handled the success at a very young age?
Do you think they feel each other's presence? Like, I don't, someone asked me that today, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I doubt it. But I do think when you're in the presence of great players, it challenges you to even be a better player. But since they play in different divisions and the game is so challenging
leagues,
day
coasts,
in, day out.
I mean, they're not,
exactly.
it's not Brooklyn and the Bronx.
Right.
I would think that Bryce Harper's sole concentration is on the Washington Nationals, knowing his importance to this team. Because, they've had some problems getting out of the gate this year. And he has literally been carrying that team this year. And I think that he knew, in the previous couple of years, when he was hurt, the Nationals, struggled. And he knows how important he is to that team. And like I said before, I think that's his sole concentration.